Hi guys, Theresa here from SoleShare. I'm going to show you how to shuck an oyster today using some very simple tools that you probably have lying around at home. This is an oyster shucker. This is what I use to shuck my oysters. It's got a little blade on one side that's going to help you cut through the muscle of the oyster, but I'll walk you through that later. But if you don't have one of these, then today I'll show you how to use a flathead screwdriver to shuck your oyster. And the other little tool that you'll need is a simple kitchen knife to cut through the muscle of your oyster. Let's get started. Alright, let's get shucking. Here we have a beautiful Jersey rock oyster from the Channel Islands. The Latin name is Crassostrea gigas. It's a little oyster anatomy. This part right here is the hinge, and that is the part that we're going to insert the screwdriver or the shucking knife into to open the shell. Right here and on the bottom side as well is where the two muscles of the oyster are attached to the shell. So that is the point where we're going to put the knife through the top and again at the bottom to release the muscle flesh from the shell. So what I do, you can kind of see this oyster is cup shaped. It's got a beautiful cup on the bottom and then it's kind of flat on the top. Is I take the hinge of the oyster, and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to have that facing my right hand, and with the flat part of the oyster away from me, facing my left side, I'm going to cover that flat part with my tea towel, and that's going to protect my hand from the sharp bits of the oyster shell. And then all we're going to do is take our trusty screwdriver, and you're going to insert the screwdriver into the hinge, and what you're going to try and do is just whittle that screwdriver back and forth. You don't need to get it even very far into the oyster, but what you're trying to do is just get it in, and once you feel like it's in there, then you're going to twist. There it goes. You see that? That was just a nice twist. Now if I had an oyster shucker, I'd go right in and cut that muscle with my oyster knife, but I don't. I've got my kitchen knife. So instead I'm going to slide that in, and then you'll feel, there it goes, the muscle. Just slice that off the top of the shell. And there it is. So the top of the shell is now gone. Just get those little shell bits away. And then you're going to do the exact same thing on the bottom side. You're going to take your knife. You can see there, if you zoom in, that's where the muscle attached to the top. And again, it's going to attach there on the bottom. So there it goes. I've just released it from the bottom of the shell. Take any little bits of shell away. And there is your beautiful, freshly shucked Jersey oyster.